Hello, happy Wednesday. You are on the Heart of Success show, and I'm your host, Larissa Vakulina. I go live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. South Australian time zone. And here on this show, The Heart of Success, I'm sharing with you different stories of people's success made from the heart space, not only the success that is. In conventional way of looking at the business achievements and the personal achievements, but more of a hard-based creations and the businesses that are stem from your life gifts that connected to your divinity. So today I decided to share with you a very interesting topic of how we look at solving our life problems. So we constantly facing different sort of problems, issues, challenges in our lives, and we really look at the toolbox of how we can resolve or solve these problems and challenges in our lives with what really is already created by other people. So we constantly looking externally of how we can utilize different business models or the benchmarks as successes and all different formats that been created by other people. And also, of course, we all exist and live within the system that really kind of make a boundaries of what is good and bad and right and wrong. And basically it is from starting from very early in our development, bombarding and indoctrinating us with different concepts and belief systems that are constantly separating ourselves from ourselves. So we basically separated our physical and biological body from our emotional bodies, from our spiritual bodies, from our psychological and mental bodies. So it's almost like it exists in its own time and space. Like the mental bodies of most of the people right now are so charged and activated and reactive in terms of all that happening around us, and it is completely separated from the physical body. And also the spiritual bodies are somewhere out there that is not really in a format of our everyday living. I'm talking to you about this today because I was really observing from my clients what's happening with their lives and how quickly they are deciding once they facing a different challenge. Say it is a health crisis, or it is some relationship challenges, or the professional confrontations. So these people are very quickly uh, delegating their responsibility for what's happening in their lives towards someone else, some experts, some protocols, some models, without even digesting and reflecting on what's really going on. So I'm talking from my personal experience here, because especially in our health and wellness part of our life, we are so indoctrinated with a belief that only doctors and medical establishment know how to deal with the different sorts of symptoms and then different sorts of disbalance in our bodies. So we so easily guided or so easily controlled in our decisions what to do about our say serious symptoms. And because so we kind of allowed all of these external means to shape up our own inner space that we delegate so easily, and that we so easily allow to be in a state of fear, to actually then just pass on all of these responsibilities for our own creations to external means, right? So today I'm going to really explore the area of our health and wellness, because I am observing and having a number of clients, actually many clients that come to ask for help in terms of their healing, and guiding and mentoring them through the illness crisis and through the path and passage of healing journey or the treatment plan. And what I found is that once people receive a certain diagnosis, they are so quick to jump to a particular medical protocol that they didn't even had full understanding of themselves. So I was there myself back 10 years ago when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I was confronted very seriously in terms of my decision, what I'm gonna to do about my diagnosis, which way to take to actually treat my illness, and how do I go about it. And for me, that was really a shocking realization, that how could I create a disease like breast cancer, for example? How could I uh, live my life so that I allow this disbalance come into my life? So this is a little bit emotional for me to talk, because it's always, every time I speak about it, takes me back for in 10 years ago, where I was challenged and confronted with such a serious disease, and I needed to make decision. But what I decided was that I would like to have some space and time to actually be with myself. I really was so confused, and um, I was so scared that I really didn't want to make decision from that space of the fear. I didn't want to make decision and impulsive, impulsive. I would say, opportunities that would come to my way in a different form from the medical establishment, and also from different, people who have been in a similar situation with me. But what I instead decided, that I need first to really connect to myself. I couldn't really resolve any of my illness challenges without really feeling myself and understanding myself from that deeper point of view of why would I create a disbalance of that form. Because most of the people don't really realize that everything and all symptoms that we are having in our physical body is a roadmap to actually guidance to guide you through these spaces and times of your confusion, because you've been living something that you are not born to come to do here, because you've been allowing yourself to be in a state of forgetting about your brilliance, about your connection to divine imperative, about your potential that you come here to achieve and reach. So you basically been living by guided by the um, external powers or external authorities to actually satisfy what they've been creating for you. Well, most of the time when we follow in someone else's definition of success or someone else's plan of how your life needs to look like, well, that's really what is creating the diseases and disbalances in your body. So we need to start to honor our bodies and be grateful for our bodies that they actually telling us, hey, stop. You need to really reflect on your life, and you really need to look at what you're doing not in accordance to your life task. Many people don't even know what life task is. Well, this life task is connected to your heart. This is your longing. This is something that you always want to do, but for some reason you postpone it, or you cancel it, or you decided that this is only can be your inner secret, and you just gonna to do whatever this world is demanding you to do, works that are paid well, or families that want you to do things. And really, in that moment, you need to start to realize that you betraying yourself big time. That's what I did. I did betrayed myself for a long time. I didn't know, because there's no one teach us, and no education, and no places where we actually can express our inner doubts, our inner confusions, our inner delusions, and things that we are not really understanding and seeing in a really very clear picture. So this is really something that we need to start to pay attention to, because otherwise all our vicious cycles about resolving our issues, problems, and challenges with external means, it's only helping us temporarily. And the real reason behind our negative creations, like maybe diseases or symptoms or conflicts or some suffering, some limitations in our life, it's only can be resolved from your inner self. There's no one outside and external from you that can help you to do that. It can help you maybe to cover up and gloss up all of these symptoms, maybe for a little while, but then they will come up in a much more stronger presence and a much more suffering form. So, uh, what I'm trying to say to you today is, before we actually try to correct anything in our life, anything like from the illness crisis, from the relationship confusions, from all these confrontations in our professional life, we need to connect to ourselves. Within ourselves, we have the most reliable navigation system. We have that place that is always connected to that divinity of the wisdom of creator, and we only need to know how to access it. We, of course, with our busy life, with our separated mental body, because it's constantly out there, it is controlled by the powers um, of someone creations that want to take your attention and create these reactions that you're constantly in. Imagine your integrated system of full multidimensional anatomy, and if your mental body is out there completely connected to the matrix of the fake news and all of this noise that is around you, that is constantly bombarded you with all the news and all the all this a noise that is buzzing around. Of course, your mental body is separated from your physical biology. Of course, this mental unrest is also affecting your emotional state, because that mental unrest create the negative thought pattern that is then activated your emotions of being trapped, emotions of being of being suppressed, emotions of being somehow not living right. So all of your parts of who you are is really fragmented, and it is really fractured in this reality right now. And we need to start to put all of this together. We need to make sure that our all parts of ourselves become whole and complete. And that means that you need to integrate all of who you are. And it based on that place within yourself, in that brilliant potential, in that brilliant divine expression of who you really are. And that needs to be expanded to integrate all of your dimensions that are right now fractured, right now bombarded, indoctrinated, and functioning separately from who you are. No wonder that your physical bodies are affected. Your physical bodies are in high alert. Your physical bodies are in disbalance. So uh, you need to start to understand that in order for us to have that physical vitality, have the physical energy, have the balance, the health, the energy for creativity, and we need to start to integrate and get together all parts of who we are. If we allow all of this external noise to take our mind out of us, if we allow, based on that very unsettled, restless mind, to affect our emotional body and our psychological body, well, then we all over the place. So I just have a number of clients that basically developed cancers. And of course, it is a scary diagnosis, but as any diagnosis, it doesn't matter. Heart problems, diabetes, cancer, allergy, lack of energy, some kind of different flus, and whatever the symptom is, it still have the same base. It has the base that you are out of yourself. You're far away from really honoring yourself. You're far away of meeting yourself and far away from connecting to yourself. So, first, number one, before you correct anything, before you make any decision to take this path or this option of the treatment plan, just sit with yourself at least maybe a few days or a week. If you've been diagnosed with cancers, why you run away very quickly next day for the invasive protocols? You've been living for weeks and months with this without knowing. So what would the difference be if you just sit with yourself for a week and start to ask a very serious questions? Why would I create something like that? What lessons can I learn from creating this disbalance? What it shows me that I'm not living in accordance to my own signature, my own divine essence? What if I am really separated from myself and went so far that I can't even see my essence? So this is all the lessons that we need to learn, and all the symptoms are basically helping us instead of fearing them, instead of hating them, instead of trying to get rid of them very quickly by maybe cutting yourself or doing any other severe kind of protocols. Maybe you just need to sit with yourself a couple of days, 3 days, 5 days, and allow yourself time and space and stillness and quietness for the answer to come up, because you don't have you not be able to receive any answer, and any solution would not come to you if you are so busy by just running away from yourself. So just remember, you need to really connect to yourself. When you run from yourself, that's where you make that impulsive decisions. And these impulsive decisions can cost you really much. I'm not saying it costs you much in terms of the finances or resources, but it can cost you your life. So, what if you try to do a little bit different way? Again, you can choose any time of any options are open to you. But what I noticed from my personal experience of dealing with clients with serious diseases, that they once they received diagnosis, they are so quick to run quickly and to pass on their own responsibility for the doctors and medical establishments and things, and other people, instead of sitting with yourself, taking stock of all of your life, and see where you actually betraying yourself, where you actually lying to yourself, where you are following someone else's dreams, not your own dream. And that's what really is important, because if you run after someone's dream, you're going to create your disbalance, and that disbalance is your responsibility to resolve. It's not one no one else no one else can do it for you. Maybe it can prolong a little bit and ease up a little bit of this state, but really, in reality, it will come back with much more stronger sign of saying, look at yourself, point the finger towards yourself, and start to really analyze and reflect on your life. And right now, we have absolutely amazing time, whereas the potential for you to heal yourself is so high. The potential for you to start to look at your brilliance and start to express yourself from that authentic, powerful, divine being is right now. The world is start to be in on a healing path, and many people are started to realize that their potential and their powers and their brilliance been suppressed for so long. So please, I invite you to give yourself a little bit of time and space and ask yourself a serious questions. Don't avoid and then don't run away from them. These questions will catch up with you. If not now, if not next year, well, maybe in the next life. Thank you so much. And I would like to say thank you for whoever been here supporting me. I would like to put music and say thank you. I'll come back next Wednesday. Thank you so much. Make a great week.